Greetings and salutations, guys. Alright, so today is a TLDR version of Job. Going through 10 things that I've learned about Job, or learned from Job, through Job. Not maybe about Job, whatever. So let's make this as short and quick and painful as possible. First thing I learned, not everything is as it seems. When Job was struck for all his suffering, it was clear to everybody that God was smiting the Job. He was smiting the Job. He got the smitten going on. So everybody was so clear that God was angry with Job. But that was not the case. Sometimes it's easy to view other people. Hey, I see you over there. Look at you. Your life sucks. It must be your fault. Your fault. What are you doing wrong? I see your life sucks. Yeah, get out of here. It's your problem. Deal with it yourself. Yada, yada. Yeah. That's so easy. Sometimes we don't know the whole story, guys. Ladies and gentlemen. Number 2. Bad theology seems to make sense. The bad theology that the whole book is around. It makes clear that this is bad theology. But the idea is bad things only happen to bad people. But they took it as an irrefutable sun come up in the morning type of fact. Bad things only happen to bad people. They could not get it through their head. Job couldn't get it through his head. Job's friends couldn't get it through his head. Nobody could get it through their head that bad things might happen to a good person. What? What? Bad beliefs are hard to kill. Number 3. Okay, so this belief, bad things only happen to bad people, this persisted down to the time of the 12 disciples. When Jesus was doing his ministry, they said, hey, this guy's blind. Hey, yo, Jesus, who did the sinning here? Because obviously he's a bad, evil sinner man, because look at the misfortune he's suffering. Bad, evil sinner man. Which man sinned, Jesus? Him or his parents? And Jesus is like, negative, Captain. You're wrong. I don't know if I'm using young people slang or not. I'm feeling hefty and peppy, and we're just going to go with it. So that was wrong. Bad beliefs are hard to kill. Even though this idea was refuted by Job, that bad things only happen to bad people. So number 4, how we see God affects how we handle suffering. Job, he looked at God and goes, I got a bone to pick with you, homie. I ain't doing nothing wrong, so we need to talk, because you only smite people who do bad things. So therefore, you need to get educated. So Job viewed it as an injustice. But if Job had trusted God, even though he was righteous and suffering, if he was able to give up his belief that bad things only happen to bad people, he would have been able to trust that God had a good plan. He couldn't see God as merciful and good and righteous. He saw him as just, and that's it. So when he's suffering, it's all about injustice. I'd rather see God in a loving way than boom, the hammer of justice. Because I've just deserved a hammer of justice, and I got the embrace of love. Changed my life way more than the hammer of justice ever could. Number 5. Comfort in suffering is better than fixing. I am male. So that means when I deal with people, I tend to go to the fixing thing. It's like, let's fix the problem. How can we fix the problem? But what Job really needed was we needed a homie. He needed somebody to give him a hug. I remember a couple times in our ecclesia when I just gave somebody a hug who was hurting, and they were just like, that hug healed more than anything. Just thank you. Like, did I just give you a hug because I felt like I needed to? But yeah, sometimes you just need a hug. They don't need the yippity yapper. Sometimes the yippity yapper doesn't help. Alright, where are we? Okay, numbers. Okay, my hand sucks. So let's go 6. What's going on does not make sense. Then it is okay to shut up. Sometimes we think we always need to give an answer for everything. Always have an opinion. Sometimes it's okay just to go, okay, God, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Number 7. Job did sin, but that was not the cause of his suffering, but rather a wrong response to it. The sin was saying that there is no benefit to being righteous. Him having this attitude was not the reason he got besmoted. He wasn't smoted for sin. But because he had the wrong view of God, he looked at God the wrong way as the smoter. He didn't see him as the loving God. He looked at God as a smoter. You know? Job's sin, number 8. Job's sin was the same sin Solomon committed at the end of his life by declaring all life is worthless or vanity, including what benefit is there under the sun of being righteous or being whatever. So Job's committed the same sin that Solomon did, although Job repented, Solomon did not. Yeah, big difference. Solomon polluted his country for generations with idols. Job showed an example of bad theology, bad things happening to bad people, being wrong. So Job had a lasting positive impact. Even though he had the wrong idea, God corrected it. Solomon had the wrong idea. It was too late to correct it. He was at the end of his life. Alright, number 9. Reading Job's Amigos is as painful as Job listening to it. It sucked. It was hard. Because it was just like the pain of having to listen to these yibby-yabbers. was hard. Not fun. Number 10. Surrender and trust would have been the only way for Job to get the peace he sought. But he didn't see God in the way that God was good, but that God was a smoter. If he had surrendered and trusted God as a good God, he could have had the peace that he was seeking. He did not get it. Yay! It's a less than 15-minute video. So, yeah, you can watch this. Okay, bye-bye.